Welcome to another exciting edition of our interview segment. Today we'll be chatting with Pastor Hilary Chukwuma. Nice having you on the platform, sir.
God bless you. You're welcome.
In a nutshell, who is Pastor Hilary Chukwuma?
Pastor Hilary Chukwuma is the person you're meeting, and I'm a pastor with Mountain of Fire Miracle Ministries. I'm a part-time pastor and a businessman. I'm into medical equipment and into prison ministry also.
So far, can you share with us your experience as a clergyman and as a philanthropist?
Okay. All glory be returned unto God. As a philanthropist, okay, I think that area is an area that I focus more on the inmates and inmates, that the people who call returning citizens. The returning citizen means people that came out from prison and they are going back home. When coming between, they are coming out from prison and going back home to rehabilitate them and make them have that mind to come back. You know, if somebody has stayed a long time, like 14 years, 10 years out of this world, because they call it there in the prison another world, or correctional center another world. By the time they come back, it takes them time to adapt to the system. So we stand in between them, bring them together and train them and bring them back to the society to integrate them.
Thank you very much. What really motivated you into the prison ministry? What's your motivation? What triggered it?
I almost fell a victim. I met some group of young men that was coming to my place then in Lagos. They were coming those days. They were coming. They would share money, share dollar. At times, they even gave me money. I was in a motor spare parts, used motor spare parts, Tokumbo parts. They would come give me money. So at the time, I was asking them, every time you come, you share money, share dollar. Well, can't you teach me how to? I asked them what they would. They say, oil bunkering. And true, oil bunkering, then, as very young then, less than 30 as at that time, I saw it like maybe oil bunkering is a normal thing. Since it's not a robbery, it's not something you go to waste blood, I felt it's something I can do. So for me to go with them, having a good wife, she told me then that she is not in support of that let's manage the way we are managing, that God will see us through. Then after 2 weeks that those young men left for that oil bunkering, I was called to Abuja at Okom because one of my sister was with them. Not that she was a robber, but something happened. But I feel God wants me to know and see what happened to them. When I came to Abuja, I found that most of them were killed. I learned that they went for robbery. So the oil bunkering they were telling me then was not oil bunkering, it was robbery they were doing. So God saved me from it. So then I made up my mind that I'll make sure I do the work of God, go to prison, minister to them, bring them out, and help them to change their life. As it is now, we have more than 52 of them that we have rehabilitated. Some of them are in their houses, their own cars, their own houses, married with children, and some of them were armed robbers. Today they are pastors under us.
Running such an establishment in a society like this requires a lot of funding. So are you getting any kind of help from the government to run this establishment?
Not really. We are still looking forward for that, because we know one day God will make that available. We've not been having any funding from anybody except one or two of my friends that once in a while they'll just give us something or some churches that comes to see the young men. But for government or external fund, we've not been having anything.
Running a rehabilitation center requires a whole lot of inputs. What has been your greatest challenge on this area?
The greatest challenge is funding too, because we built, we have a 64 capacity hostel where we keep them for 1 year for them to come back, and they will be doing some menial jobs there. Is it menial jobs? Some trade too. They will be learning some trade. After them, we'll settle them. So the most challenges is funding, because after they have finished their trade with them, they will need to settle them with the equipment they will use to start up their life. So mostly it's funding and patronage. People find it difficult to patronize what they do there. There they have tailoring, they do bed sheets, block molding, welding, and laundry, but lack of patronage. So those are the challenges we're having.
Outside the rehabilitation of inmates, is there any other thing that this initiative is into?
Yes, apart from rehabilitation of inmates, we rehabilitate people's health too. The Nuga Medical Co is as good as rehabilitation center too. It's a place that we started since 2012, and thousands, not people, they can testify. A lot of people have got back their health through the equipment we have. They come to use it. People with back pain, people with stroke, people with a lot of, mostly pains and stroke, back pain, leg pain, arthritis, and we've been able to rehabilitate thousands of people in Nigeria and West Africa and Central Africa, because we're in charge of the company in this area.
You know, hearing that people with spinal cord issues get treated without going through surgery. To some people, it will sound like a fairy tale. How do you achieve this?
Yes, the machines are there. We have machines from South Korea that aligns their spine. When they lie on it, it aligns their spine. So because with that machine, a lot of people that were supposed to go for surgery could not go anywhere. They use the equipment and they're okay. People that were not walking, people they carried into this place, today they can walk.
Okay, Pastor Chukwuma, what are the areas that you intend looking into in the future? Like, what are your expectations in the nearest future?
My expectation is to make so many people happy, and because that is the joy. I find joy when I make people happy, when I see myself, God using me to make people happy. Because most times people don't understand that if you want to be happy, make other people to be happy. You too will be happy. So my expectation is to make those boys that came out from the returning citizens, that is the ex-inmates, when they come out, they are happy. The people that are sick, when they come in here, people with pains, with spinal cord issues, when they come in here, they don't go back the same way they have come here. So we are looking for even for more machines that will make them, to make their healing faster.
Nigeria just turned 61.
Yes.
So what's your advice to Nigerians?
My advice to Nigeria is we just need more of prayers. Some people say they have overprayed. What we need for Nigeria now is prayers. Most of the countries that are comparing Nigeria with, most of them, they passed through their wilderness period. They passed through challenges before they could get to there. So now we should be looking at how we move from this phase where Nigeria is now to a better Nigeria, a new Nigeria. So for me, what I tell people is that let's talk more positive things about Nigeria. We are Nigerians, whether I like it or not. For now, we are Nigerians. We don't pray for any disunity, except God wants it that way, except it comes from God. But now that we are Nigerians should be talking more of positive things about Nigeria. Pray for the country, and it's only God that can change this country. And with prayers, the country will be better than what it is now.
Now we'll be chatting with one of the beneficiaries of the Rehabilitation Center, Mr. Chinedu Eze. Nice having you here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you.
So, can you briefly tell us who is Chinedu Eze?
Well, My name is Chinedu Eze, as you have rightly called earlier, and I am the one of the beneficiary of Chief Rehabilitation Center, right from the prison custody, now known as Correctional Center, here in Abuja, Kuje precisely. That's my name.
How did you get in contact with Chief Rehabilitation Center?
Okay, in 2006, precisely while I was in Correctional Center, Kuje, Chief Rehabilitation Center came for a visit, and then they were able to hear of my story, and due to their benevolent work, because they have been coming to prison to take care of the inmates' needs and their spiritual and physical needs. And one of the way that I had encounter with them was because he was sponsoring people in education right in the prison. So, and I had a little educational background before going to the prison. So I was privileged to come encounter with him, and then I benefited from his benevolence, as I was part of those that he sponsored through secondary school and writing of WAEC right in the prison. That is my first contact with him, though it never ends there, because after then I wrote WAEC twice while in the prison. He footed the bill all, and then subsequently in 2013, National Open University brought their study center to the prison, looking for some inmates who are qualified to be given admission, and I was privileged to be among 31 persons out of 999 then that were qualified to get admission into the university. And through his help also, I got admission into the university, where I studied peace and conflict resolution.
So, after your studies, how has the journey been since then?
Well, after my studies, I studied in the university while still in the prison, undergoing trial. So in 2019, 2nd of May precisely, I was discharged and acquitted from the courts. So I returned back to the society. Someone who has left the society for 14 years, I had lost everything then. In fact, I barely know anywhere. So, but thank God that Chief Rehabilitation did not end their relationship with me right in the prison. Even beyond the prison, when I came out, they took me in. He had a rehabilitation center where he built, is an upstairs, where he took me in and gave me a shelter there. I was there, rehabilitated me from there, after there, before I now get my feet back to the society, and I moved out to get my own apartment, and today I am the one managing the rehabilitation center as well.
So far with your experience, what is your message to the people out there?
My message to the people out there is that the society at large has a wrong impression about the prisons and the prisoners. Because even myself, before going to the prison, I thought that everyone in the prison is a criminal. That had been my mindset. But going to the prison, and from my own experience, I now understand clearly that not everybody in the prison is a criminal. And moreover, even the people who were criminal before going to the prison has an opportunity to change in the prison, as so many of them has changed. Even so many of them that are working with us presently now. Some of them were armed robbers, but today they are changed, doing very well, more sincere, more honest than anyone that might have not even been in the prison.
Running or being the manager of one of the most famous rehabilitation centers, what has been your experience so far?
My prison experience gives me an advantage in running the rehabilitation, because I have been with them for a span of 14 years, I understand their thought patterns, I understand their needs and wants because I have been there. So it makes it easy for me to manage them because I have been in their shoe.
Thank you very much, Mr. Eze.
Thank you.
Hello, viewers. Today we are reporting from Nuga Best Medical Co. Limited. Today you will be speaking with Mr. Justice Iko to know the functions of some of the machines found in this diagnosis center.
Okay. I'm by name Justice Iko Kuzuyi. I'm a service consultant of Nuga Medical Co. Limited, UB branch. I'll be talking about this T10, some of the products here. Now we have T10. T10 deal with numbness, stiffness. Those that have arthritis, the machine will be able to take care of it. Those that have pains, joint pain, ulcer, the machine can be able to take care of it. It can also take care of fats, for those that have fats and they want to reduce, and those that have much cholesterol in their body, and the machine can be able to do that for you. And it is good for the body. It also enhances our blood circulation in our body, and it allows free movement of you. And at times when you're using this machine, you get sweat, and that sweat that comes out from your body, it's release a lot of ailment from your body, and you feel relief from it. So it is very, very good, and it is advisable not only for treatment, it's also good for to keep your body fit. It's not only meant for treatment, but keep your body fit for any other diseases. They say prevention is better than cure. So you can prevent yourself from having ailment from your body, just to keep this your body fit. And also we have the cervical pillow. This cervical pillow goes with your neck in case you're having some pains in your cervical, and it takes care of it. Because at times most of the issues that occur, especially from our eyes, it all has cervical because of the bone that is here. So it is good that when you are lying on the bed, you use the cervical pillow so that you can be able to take care of your spine in this, your cervical vertebra. So also, we also have the bed, which is called the M5. The M5 deal with our spinal bed alignment. It realigns our spine and put it in a correct shape. For those that have partial stroke, they can also go into the spinal bed alignment so that it can be able to take care of their spine. And once the spine is being taken care of, every part of the body will be better. And also, it is help to relieve you of pains. For those that they feel maybe they are weak when you go into this bed. Sometimes people call it's a sleeping tablet bed. But yes, we agree with it, because without no distant time, when you lie on this bed, you will just feel sleepy. So it is good, it works. It also enhances your blood circulation on it. Apart from that, it also has 3 projectors that is being attached to it. One, which is the belt. The belt also helps to reducing our tummy, because also with pains, anywhere you have pain, you can tie it and it will relieve you of those pains. Also, it also has a eye projector. As you can see, they are holding it. It also clear our vision while we see, for those that cannot be able to see in a distance. So it clear the vision of our eyes. And also, we also have other products apart from these 2 set products that are here. We also have the one outside, especially the hot seat and the jacket. Now, the hot seat deal with prostate cancer. For those that have cancer, those that have pie, it also deal with pie. Infection, also deal with infection. Prostate, and especially prostate enlargement for the female as well. So it takes care of it. While the jacket deal with chest pain. If you have pain, you have ulcer, it also take care of it. If you have shoulder pains, it also take care of it. And also, we have other product, which is the belt. The belt also take care of fibro, also take care of ulcer in us, also burn cholesterol and also burn fat in our body. So it helps in menstrual cramps, especially for the female. It helps, and it's also give a relief to anyone that use such products. And such products, you see that it produces heat, and that heat is far infrared, and the heat is very, very good for human body system. So it's not like other heat that we receive and it just go away, but this heat comes out from the semi-precious stones, which helps the body to function very, very well. We also have other machine, which is the E5, that deal with arthritis. For those that have arthritis, those that have partial stroke of leg, and those that have pain in their joints. So they also use the machine, and it takes care of it. Those that have blockage in their blood, when your body cannot be able to circulate blood very, very well, that it helps to relieve you of those pains and make your vein to function very, very well. And also your body system will change as a result of using the product as well.
So, Mr. Justice, how long does a stroke patient need to use this machine to start responding to treatments?
Okay, every human body differ from others. So according to your own body metabolism, it can respond to treatment. There are people that they use it 1 day, 2 days, and they have their relief. Some use it a month, they have their relief. Some use it a week, years, and they have their relief, just depending on your body metabolism. And secondly, it also depends on your regularity in using the product. Because once you don't use it regularly, then maybe at times you feel relief, then you will now stay away from it. No, continue coming. Your consistency in using the product will give you a better healing.
Good day. What's actually brought it to Nuga Medical Diagnosis?
Okay. I just woke up one day and found myself in the hospital. Well, after I woke up, I saw my wife next to me. She told me I had a brain hemorrhage and I just came out of coma. I said, how did this happen? So she explained to me that I had a brain hemorrhage and I had a brain surgery. In fact, I was one of the first brain surgeries in Nigeria by FMC, Federal Medical Center. I thought I wasn't going to survive it, but with God willing, I survived it. And after that, we started physiotherapy because it caused also a stroke on my left side.
So far on your physiotherapy with Nuga Diagnostics, have you improved health-wise? Have you seen any improvements around you?
Yes, I've seen wonderful improvements. In fact, first of all, let me point out first. Before I used to go for the manual physiotherapy, which was very painful. Each time is the day to go for physiotherapy. I find that my BP was always shooting up to 200 because it was very painful. It didn't make me very unhappy. So I didn't like going. Anytime I want to do, my wife always notices that my face is always long. I wear a long face and a sad face. Until one day, somebody introduced me to Nuga Best. So I started coming to Nuga Best. Well, with Nuga Best, there's no pain, there's no manual stuff. All their machines are well programmed to deal with your situation and improve and their improvement. And also even these other hidden events that you don't even know about. For example, I was coming here one day and I didn't know that stroke also affects the bladder. And I found out I wanted to pee. And before I got to the toilet, I peed all over my body. So one of the staff here came, told me that I should not worry, everything's going to be alright, because I was already crying. And I was like, what kind of life is this? Why did this happen to me? But she told me, don't worry, everything's going to be alright. So she put me on the hot seat. And after sitting on the hot seat for a while, for some few days, I found that it has regularized and it corrected itself. And I could hold my urine much longer and I could pee when willing. I could hold it for much longer. So the hot seat actually healed my bladder, which normal physiotherapy cannot do. Also, I found a lot of improvement. For example, I used to go into a lot of seizures. But when I come to Nuga Best, everything stopped. Because Nuga Best allows the blood to flow easily to the brain, which normal physiotherapy doesn't do. The bed helps the blood flow to the brain because it massages the brain. Because I was always on drugs for seizures, I kept increasing the dosage. And doctors were very worried that what's happening. Well, Why am I always increasing the dosage? Or has he been under hemorrhage? They did a scan and they found out there was no hemorrhage. But when I come to Nuga Best, it doesn't happen anymore. It stopped happening after coming to Nuga Best. Because when I sit on the bed, and also the all these other, like the hot seat and jacket, allows blood to flow to my brain. So the seizure stopped. So it has done a lot for me. And also my movement has increased. I'm beginning to peak gradually. And I believe that by the grace of God, everything will regulate very soon. I'm looking at the next 2 months, I'll be in full healing, I believe. Because I can see the improvement already coming.
So what's your message to people having the same challenge out there?
I believe that Nuga Best is a sure bet for you. Come here, whatever your problem is, you get your healing. Because me personally, I've been a living testimony. Normally, if you go to normal physiotherapy, it's very painful. Everybody going there always complains of the pain. And before you get there, your BP is already up 190, 200, which is not healthy for you and can cause another hemorrhage. But come to Nuga Best, you have no BP coming up because it also helps your BP. Last time I went to the hospital, the doctor, what's the name of the brain doctor told me that how come my BP is dropping like this? How come I didn't answer him because I know that they don't like anything that's not their own stuff. Because they always discourage me because they don't like anything that's not their orthodox medicine. But I found that I didn't even know that my BP was dropping until I started checking my BP. My BP was very normal. I don't need to increase my dosage anymore. So I don't even know how to explain it, but Nuga Best has been very, very good for me.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much.